and about the prerequisites also. So you are here for learning and dealing with React.js. So what are the prerequisites for React.js? To start learning, understanding React.js, you must have first idea on HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and JavaScript. These concepts you need to be aware. I hope everyone have idea on this. Yeah. Then from tomorrow you no need to come. You will give more space to the people who are eligible. Okay. So because this is only for the people who are aware of up to JavaScript, otherwise you are not fit into this batch. From tomorrow, no need to come. Because this is anyhow, this is for seriously learning, and you need to practice what we are learning in class daily. We will give exercises, you need to practice them. And in JavaScript, what topics you need to be perfect, I will give a list of those topics. You have to go through those topics and revise. Here we will not teach any JavaScript. Here we will use JavaScript. Understood? So we are going to deal with React.js, which mandatory requires JavaScript. You are not aware of Bootstrap, that's fine. Here some situation wise concepts I will tell. While learning React also in JavaScript, some advanced topics which you may not be aware, those topics I will give overview. That means you might have learned JavaScript, but you need to know all latest concepts of JavaScript. And when we are learning React, all these latest concepts important. If you are not aware, then I will give a overview of our topic and we will continue in React. Okay. I will give a list of JavaScript concepts. You make a note about them and make sure that you verify, refer those concepts. Okay. So I will give a list of JavaScript topics and I will share a WhatsApp community at the end of the session to you. You can join that community. There I will post the JavaScript notes. People who learned JavaScript from us, our batch people are there. They are already aware of those topics. If others who are not aware of those topics, I will upload a document into a WhatsApp community. At the end, I will share that. You go through that. In that, all these topics information will be detailedly mentioned. So, what are the JavaScript topics you need to be perfect to start learning React.js? I will give a list. So you can make a note about those topics. Huh? So before going into React.js, JavaScript topics which you need to be perfect. I will give a outline of those topics. Huh? So one, you should know about variables, data types. In data types, you know both primitive types and non-primitive types of JavaScript. Na? Non-primitive and primitive types. And in JavaScript, you need to be aware of operators, statements, and functions. So in JavaScript topics, you must be aware of language concepts like variables, data types, operators, statements, and functions. I hope everyone knows all about variables. var, let, const and this. Am I right? Yes. You learned data types, primitive, non-primitive. Primitive means number, string, boolean, null, undefined, big int, symbol, which are new data types of JavaScript. And non-primitive types, arrays, objects, maps. Am I right? Yeah. Here, while learning the concept, we will use them. And anything you are not aware, I will explain that. So operators and statements, different arithmetic, comparison, assignment operators are there. Statements means conditional, looping, jump statements, iteration statements you have learned. Yeah. Functions means in functions, this is the major part for learning React. In functions, so many topics are there. You should be very perfect. What are those? I will give a list here. You have to know about function declarations. So function expression. So function signature. So we have function parameters, rest parameters, spread operator, default parameters, function with return, function callback, function promise. So function recursions, asynchronous functions, async and await. So function generators, pure and impure functions. These are all JavaScript function related topics. So remember, now we have lot of opportunities just on React.js. If you are a perfect React developer, you will have a lot of placement opportunities. Only as React developer with HTML, JavaScript skills, there are so many jobs as front-end developers. But majority of React, Angular, all these people are tested on concepts of JavaScript. Majority of your interview will be on JavaScript. Interview will be on JavaScript. And in JavaScript functions, you have anonymous functions. You have arrow functions. These are all functions related topics. So are you aware of this? No? Some you know? Yeah. So actually JavaScript means you have to learn all these in JavaScript. And this is what we use in React, Angular like technologies. And here some topics, when we try to use them, we will learn about them. So we have function, so chaining, and yeah. So we have a function related generators already we learned. So function have an option called recursion. I given a yes, yeah, yeah. These are major. So these are all the function concept you should be aware. And what else you need to know to deal with React is you should know about one more topic, that is JavaScript object oriented programming. Actually, JavaScript is not a OOP language, but you know that it supports some features of OOP. Na? Right. So those features we have to know, like class, objects, inheritance, polymorphism, how it works. Those concepts are important. So these are all the topics required to be a React developer. That means in OOP, so many are there, but in OOP, you have to know a class members, prefixes for the members. We have static, non-static, static, and extensions means extensibility. So, and one more concept of JavaScript you should know about JavaScript module system. You should know about JavaScript module system. How to use modules and work with modules in JavaScript. So this module system I will explain in our React class also once, because it plays one key role in our React. So first we will learn this and we will come. We will use. Actually, JavaScript people already know about module system. So what is module system? How to use module system? I will explain. Generally in JavaScript, you will learn it, but in React and Angular, we have to depend on it. So I will give one overview about it. So these are all the JavaScript topics we expect for people who are coming to learn React.js, right? So React or Angular, any technology you want to learn, these are all JavaScript concepts you need to know. Majority React Angular interviews also will happen on these JavaScript topics only. So you should be aware of that. If already you people know this, it's very good. Otherwise, as I told you, I will share one document with you. You go through it. In that document, complete JavaScript, all these topics related information is available, which we discuss in our general class of JavaScript with examples and all. You go through them. And if any topic is confusion, you are unable to understand, I will explain in class. Okay? Right. So now once you know about the concept, what are the prerequisites, now we will start understanding about React.js. We will go into the main concept here. What we will learn in React also I will explain, but we will start first understanding with the concept of, so what is React? That is the first question answer you need to know. So you are here to learn React.js. So many points you have to learn before starting practically. If anyone asks, what is React? What is the purpose of React? Actually, we have two definitions. React up to now, two major versions are there, which are currently being used in companies. React version up to 17, one category. React 18 and 19, another category. Latest version is React 19. React.js latest version is 19. And we are going to learn this 19 version. Before 19, the commonly used version in companies is 17 and 18. React up to 17 and 18, their definition is different. Now, recently they changed their definition about React. What is the definition? I will tell you. What is the old definition of React is, latest version is 19. Before 19, their definition about React is, it is a JavaScript library for building interactive UI for web. That is the definition of React. So what is React.js? So it is a JavaScript library used for building interactive UI. We can build effective user interface for web by using this library. What is meant by library? Library is a collection of values and functions. Am I right? So we don't need to write much. Already all are written. We have to just integrate and use them. Huh? So JavaScript library. React is a library for building UI. But recently they have made some change in this definition. What they say that, so still it is a JavaScript library. So JavaScript library building for building web and native UI. Recently they made the change in their definition. This is latest definition. What newly added? Native UI is nothing but we can build UI for mobile apps. Earlier it was only for web applications. Now it is good native user interface for mobile apps also. Android, iOS applications interface we can build by using what? React. That is their current definition. I will show you. Actually, this is their old version of React. This is legacy React. This is the legacy React official website. This is their old website. This website is still working because companies are still using this old version. So in this old version, they say that it is a JavaScript library for building user interface. But their mainly concentration on web interface, web user interface. The major point is about building interface for web. Now you see this site is no longer updated and the new site is react.dev. Am I right? So let's go to that new website of React and you will see that in the new website they mention this about React. So it is a library for native and web, for web as well as native. That is the latest definition. So what is React is? It is a JavaScript library. By using this library, we can build good user interface. Remember, Instagram, Facebook, Amazon, all these are built by using React. All are React built. Instagram is built in React. Netflix is built in React. Amazon is in React. 90% of our Indian government websites user interface is designed in React. Their UI is built in React. Actually, backend they are using SAP systems, SAP. So in the front end they are using React. Majority. Major Facebook, Meta, Instagram, Netflix, Amazon, these are all built with React.js. So React is a library for building user interface for both web as well as native. Native means mobile, Android, iOS, even desktop native also. That means we can build native desktop UI for applications. That is one feature about this React. If anyone asks you, can I build app with React? Can we build app with React? No, we can't. React is a library. Libraries cannot build apps. You know, if you are programming learning people, you know that to build an application, you need a framework. Without framework, you can't build apps. Library can build only interface. Library can control functionality, but library cannot control the flow. That means you are a Java developer. You are an incomplete Java developer if you don't know Java frameworks. Am I right? Like Spring, Hibernate, microservices. So you are a Java developer. You learned Java. That means you learned only language. You are a .NET developer, you learned C sharp, it is just a language. Language is not enough. To build an application, we need a support of framework. And React cannot build apps. That means don't think that by learning React we can build app, because app means it requires front end back end combination. And React is not back end. It is already saying clearly it is UI, na? User interface. How user interface can build a back end? That means React requires some frameworks to build an app. And the popular framework for React is Next.js. React have a framework called Next.js, server side. By using that Next.js, we can build a complete app. We have Next.js, VX, Remix. They are all React frameworks. For example, you see, this is Next.js. Yeah, this is Next.js. And it is a React framework for web. So if anyone asks like, can we build apps with React? No chance, you can't build. React is only for building UI. You are a Java developer, you are building one app and you want good user interface, then go with React. You are a .NET Python developer, you are building one app, you want very good user interface, then you can go with React. So React alone cannot build apps, it needs frameworks. And one popular framework is what? Next.js. In this class, I will give introduction to Next.js because it is a big server-side framework. We will just have an introduction. Means we will learn how to build a complete project. That means front end and back end. But back end, we will take support of Node.js, Express.js like technology. In future, Java people can use Java APIs. .NET people can use .NET APIs. They can integrate with their technologies. But here in our class, we will learn building user interface and we will also learn how to build a complete app. For that, we need support of some background frameworks. Those frameworks I will show you. But we will not learn detailed backend framework in this class. What is needed for building a project, only those points I will explain. That is enough for your practice also. Understood? So, but our main concept here is React, and React cannot build an app. It needs a framework. And what is the popular framework for React? Next.js, right? So if anyone asks, first point you understood. Now, if anyone asks like, so can we build apps? So build apps with React. So the answer is no. So it requires support of framework. And the popular framework is what? Next.js. Next.js is one framework. We have like Remix, that is a framework. So these are popular frameworks used for, this is actually we call it as what? Server side. We have client side React.js and server side this. We will learn the concept of how to build an app. We will see. We will try two projects, one with JavaScript, another one with TypeScript. In this class, we will learn TypeScript also, because in current requirements, companies are asking React with both JavaScript as well as TypeScript. JavaScript you already learned, but TypeScript we will learn in class. In class, we will learn TypeScript and we will learn how to build React application using it. Okay. I hope you understood these 2 points. Is it clear? Yeah. Now, several more things are there. Actually, one more important question, means these are all doubts for the people who are learning React. First question, so what is React? You have a clarity now. React is a library. Am I right? Can we build apps with React? No. So it's just for UI, building user interface. You can build apps by integrating some frameworks. Now, another doubt comes for learners is, what is difference difference between React and Angular? This is one regular question everyone usually asks once they start joining learning React. Actually, many people come and ask us like, sir, which one to learn? So React or Angular? Some people tell that, sir, my friend suggests that React is popular, or somebody says Angular is popular. Which one I should learn? Remember one point, React and Angular. It is not React or Angular. Understood? Angular, React are not choices. They are mandatory knowledge for current generation developers. Unfortunately, people who don't know, they made a choice like Angular or React. But it is not choice, Angular and React. It's not Angular or React. It is Angular and React. For a fresher, any one knowledge is good enough because we don't expect much from fresher. If a fresher says, I know React, okay, good. If a fresher says, I know Angular, good. So if an experienced person says, I know Angular, not sufficient. If he says, I know React, not sufficient. He says, I know Angular and React, that's good. We will give first priority to them. So Angular and React are not choices. They are mandatory. Both are required. All for all technology people. You are Java, .NET, UI, any technology people. Only one React will be a good add-on for fresher, but for experienced people, both are required. I will show you one example. See, I will show you here. So this is the Naukri website. In Naukri website, I am searching for, suppose, Java full stack developer. I'm just giving a simple overview. Java full stack developer. Observe carefully here. You can see here Java full stack developer, Capgemini. They are expecting 5 to 10 years experience. They are asking for which one? React JS. And you see Tech Mahindra is asking Angular. Capgemini is asking for React, and this Tech Mahindra is asking for Angular. Now you see here they are asking for React Cognizant. And here they are asking for React and Angular both. Am I right? So unfortunately, people who don't know proper, don't have proper idea on these technologies, they made this as a choice. I will learn Angular or I will learn React. They made a choice, but for an experienced person, both are required. You see, Infosys is asking for Java React and Java Angular. Right? All MNCs, when they look for experienced people, Angular, React, both are required. Now I will tell you the reason why they need both. Because see, I am teaching you React. I should not say that React is best in the world because I am teaching. So you should know the fact between the concepts. You should know that a modern experienced web developer should have knowledge of both Angular as well as React. For fresher, anyone is fine. Because you say that I know React, then they will say that, okay, fine. Then in few days, we will train you on Angular also. If they need, because for a person who learned React, learning Angular is easy. And for a person who learned Angular, learning React is also easy. Because both are similar type, but some difference is there. You can handle it easily. That's the reason for a fresher, they are not worried. For experience, mandatory. That means if you put only React in resume and apply for jobs, you will miss calls. Why? Because companies, experienced people means they look for both skills. Because they will test and they will put you in the projects according to their requirements. Right? So here, why this I will tell you. I hope you saw the clarity now. So why this is the point? Because see the concept here. What is difference between Angular and React? One point I will tell you. You already saw that React is a library, na? But what interesting is Angular is a framework. Angular is a framework. So it's very surprising why people compare. That means people comparing means they don't know at all. Anybody is comparing Angular or React means he's not aware of those two technologies at all. He don't know. Many people come and say that, sir, my senior, my relative, my brother, somebody is working in a company. He asked that learn React, React is trending. Learn Angular, Angular is trending. Trending for who? Right? That means the point here is both are completely different. Why you people compare these two? Now, can you tell me which one is huge? Angular or React? Actually, framework is huge na. Framework is larger than a library. You know na? So as a developer, you know that framework is larger than library. Angular is bigger than library. You know that, right? What is the specialty of framework? Framework can build application and control the application flow. Library can only build application. It cannot control the flow. For that, it again needs a support of frameworks. Angular is a framework. But remember, using a framework for building good user interface is not great. That means now the question here is, you understood the difference. You see, we will see what is Angular. This is official Angular website. And see what they say about Angular, the framework for building web apps. Am I right? And see, they are not saying UI. Am I right? They are saying apps. React is not saying that we will build apps because React cannot build apps. Now the question is then why companies are asking both people? Angular is better. Am I right? So why they are asking? Because now you have to answer this if anybody asked you. Like, so where React is used and where Angular is used. Question understood? Huh? So where Angular is used and where React is used. This is the first question. So if you are developing a project, like your backend is Java, .NET, Node.js, Express.js, Python, so many technologies you are using, and backend you are already having lot of frameworks built. That means already your backend is using lot of frameworks and you need just a good user interface in the front end because already 70% backend frameworks are working. Am I right? Then which technology you prefer for front end? React. Why? Because here you need to just build good interface. Already frameworks are there, na? Right? But some companies, for some projects, how they plan is, they say that server side, we will not use much frameworks, limited. Everything we will try to manage client side. That means the client side, they want a huge application interface which can control the flow also. That means 70% front end, they want to depend on framework, 30% on back end. Then which one they prefer? Angular. Why not React? Because it is not a framework and it cannot control the complete application flow. And they are using very less framework in the backend. They want to depend completely on front end. But remember, depending completely on front end for interactions is little risky also. Because interface becomes heavy. But it will have good interactions, but little heavy. So if what React people when compared to Angular claim that they say that our user interfaces are more faster than Angular. That is actually true. React interfaces are little faster when compared to Angular because Angular is a framework very heavy at the front end. but it is very good for certain type of apps, for gaming applications or 2D, 3D applications, or so rich desktop based applications. Angular is very good. But for web and mobile like applications, better is React. We will not say great, but it is better when compared to Angular. So if your project is dealing with an application where lot of framework is used in the backend, only front end you want a good interface, then better you use what? React. That's the reason if you put your profile as a Java .NET developer and put some experience, company expect both knowledge from you, because in some projects they use Angular, in some projects they use React. It's not like they will just use only React. That's the reason you have seen so many MNCs now. Infosys, Tech Mahindra, Cognizant, for all experienced people, they are asking both knowledge, React as well as Angular, right? I hope you understood the difference. So React is a library and Angular is a framework. So what a library can do, it can build UI, am I right? But cannot control application flow. It cannot control application flow. So it can build UI and control application flow. Understood? But what is the issue with Angular is it is little heavy when compared to React. React is lightweight and faster when compared to Angular. It is actually true. In implementation, we have seen this happening. Why it is fast, how it is fast also we will learn. We will learn the techniques. I hope you got answer for these three questions. Everyone understood? Huh? So why you are learning React, you understood? So if you are a Java, .NET, UI, Python, any web developer, the front end is designed in the current generation by using Angular, React like technologies. Now the question is here. So why we need React and Angular like technologies? So why we need React and Angular like technologies? What is the necessity? Why we need these technologies? Right? Earlier, actually, Angular and React like technologies started. They started in 2014. 2014 means just 10, 11 years back. Before that, we were having web. We are building mobile apps, web applications 10 year backs also we have. Now the question is suddenly why these became popular. That means why we need Angular and React like technologies. What is their main purpose? We will see that. To understand that, so why we need Angular and React like technologies is to handle the challenges in modern web. So to handle the challenges in modern web, we need these technologies. And what are the challenges? What are the challenges in modern web development? That means, remember, modern web development is not same as previous. I will tell you one point. 5-10 years back, people who learnt web technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript and all, do you know many people who are trying to change their job profile means already they are working in companies. You are attending, but online and other React batches, so many working professionals attend these batches. When we conduct a React batch, so many working professional people are attending these batches. From various countries also people are attending these batches. They are already working and they just want to change their profile. They want to add React and Angular like concept into their profile. And remember, they already know HTML, CSS, JavaScript. 10 years back already they learned. They are working on those technologies from last 10 years, 15 years. But do you know, when we start a UI full stack front end development related classes, those people join those batches again. That means they say that, sir, I done 10 years back HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I'm already working on them, but I want again to join HTML, CSS, JavaScript in a new batch. Why they want to join again if already they are working on them? They are already working professionals. Why? Because they will see that. Because see, when we start React JS and we start teaching them JavaScript and React JS, they will feel like this JavaScript is not like what I learned earlier. They start feeling it. They will see that what is this HTML also looks little new, because generally what HTML you learned traditionally in the modern web, we are not using the same. We are using several advanced. I will tell you one example. Means what advanced means, I will tell you. See, I will show you a concept. You don't worry what I am doing, just observe. See, for example, we have a HTML page and we have lot of paragraphs of information. That means we have lot of paragraphs of information. This is a HTML page, lot of paragraphs, content is there. Suppose I have a image. So in images, suppose I have some image, some movie, .NET or something, some picture is there. Actually, observe carefully now. I have a page and below this page, there is some picture below. Am I right? Now the question is, the image that I have below these paragraphs, is it loaded or not? If it is loaded, why it is loaded? It's not good. Why you are loading an image if you don't know user go there or not? Am I right? If you are loading the image without user going there, that's waste of time. Am I right? So do you know image in HTML have an attribute called loading, which can be lazy. But you never learn about this. Many people don't know this at all. Image means SRC, right? Height, width, SRC. Only this part of image you know. This is modern web. That means once I show you some HTML things, you will feel like even I don't know proper HTML also. You will feel, but actually you learned perfect HTML. Only the point you need to learn more to survive in modern web. Because in modern web development, several advanced features are introduced and they are being used. What they will do, they will save a lot of time. Do you know as a programmer what is lazy loading, eager loading? Right? If you are learning any programming language, you will know about a concept of lazy loading, eager loading. Eager loading means an instance is created even before we start using it. Lazy loading means an instance is created only when we are using it. That means now you know when I put lazy, this image loads only when it is required. That means when user scrolls there, then only it will load. Otherwise, it will not load. It will improve performance. Am I right? This is just a sample. Like this, so many are there. For example, do you know when you are loading image, you can set an option decoding. Decoding can be asynchronous or decoding can be synchronous. Do you know what is this decoding? Decoding is nothing but when image is loading, it can block all others and let the image load. If you keep synchronous, if you keep asynchronous, image will be loading in the background, other contents also loading. These are very much required in modern web development. When people who learnt already HTML, CSS, JavaScript and all, when they come to React Angular like technologies, in React Angular like advanced technologies, we try to use all these advanced features. Then they feel like, okay, the HTML also so many things we need to know. JavaScript also so many things we need to know. That means now why I explained this point, because Modern web development is not like previous. So many challenges are there. That means 5, 10 years back, how we used to build web, and now how we are building web, so many changes. Several new technologies, techniques we are implementing in building web, and it is mandatory to do that. You know, Google people, when you search, you see here in Google, we have a Google search. In Google search, I am searching for HTML. You see, it shows images. Do you know when I scroll, then the next set will load na? So here already it is implementing the technique, lazy loading. Understood? Huh? That means it is not loading, it is loading only when you scroll. Am I right? That means already it is implementing this technique. Do you know to implement this technique, we need lot of programming. Now the modern web needs all these such concepts. So what are the challenges in modern web development is, first important challenge is we need unified user experience. That is the first challenge. That means as a modern web developer, what is the first basic challenge in modern web development is unified user experience. What is meant by unified user experience, I will tell you. For example, we are using web. Will you agree that currently people who are using internet, web, 70-80% are using from smart device? Am I right? You are not using any PC or laptop, right? You are majority using smart devices like a tab or a mobile. Am I right? Will you agree that the modern users are migrating from legacy devices to smartphones now? Right. Now, what is the problem is, for example, I will tell you a concept here. What is unified experience means, I will tell you. See, for example, we have something like YouTube. I want to watch YouTube on a mobile. I want to watch this YouTube on a PC or a laptop. Am I right? Now, what we will do is, on a PC laptop, we are watching this YouTube on a browser. And this browser can access and it can use it. That means you can see that this is going to use it. This is going to work perfectly. But this YouTube, mobile also have a browser na? Mobile also have a browser. But do you know mobile browsers are compact browsers? They don't have all the abilities of PC or like browsers. Now what happens is, when I am trying to watch this YouTube on this mobile browser, that means when we are trying to use that on the mobile browser, this YouTube is unable to load properly on that browser because it is a heavy app and it is unable to fit on mobile. Then do you know what YouTube people started doing? In the beginning, they started optimizing. Optimizing means what they do is they compress the YouTube in such a way that that will fit onto the mobile. Understood? Huh? They optimize, they compress in such a way that it will fit onto the mobile browser. Now, earlier they used to do this, huh? When YouTube was first introduced for mobile, so mobile browsers. Oh. Mm. So here the point is, this is optimized to mobile browser. Optimized is nothing but it is compressed. It is compressed to fit on mobile browser. When it is compressed, what is the problem is, people who are using on mobile, they have a complaint. What is the complaint? In my PC, one option is there. That option is not visible on my mobile. Understood? Huh? That means what is complaint from the users? The complaint from the user is that the experience I am having on my PC, the same experience I am not having on my mobile. So what is developer's responsibility? Unified experience. Unified experience means an app should have same experience across any device. That means how I use and what options I use on my PC, the same options must be available on my mobile. Earlier they used to tell that because you are using mobile, this feature is not available for you. Even today, several websites, they have a different options for mobile. Instagram, right? If you open Instagram, several settings and options are not available on PC. They are available only on mobile. And some mobile settings are not available on PC. Some settings options, they immediately tell you that, so if you are trying this option on a PC, go here. On a mobile, go here. They will say that if you are using mobile, please don't use mobile because on mobile this setting is not there. They will say that on PC you have to enable this setting. That means I don't want like this. That's not good. I need to give a unified experience across any device. Understood? What is unified experience means? Unified experience means an application should have same experience across any device. That means in mobile, the same feature should be available exactly what we are using on a PC. That means this is not easy. Building a application, remember, they will ask like, okay, you want to use on mobile, then I will build a mobile app for you. Then the company people say that, no, I don't want a mobile app. I want a app to watch on browser. Why they don't want mobile app? Because mobile apps again have a problem with Android, iOS. Na? Because Apple OS native applications, they will not work on Windows or they will not work on Android. Android apps will not work on Apple. Then problem will come. They say that no, don't develop such apps. You design a simple web application. It should able to work in the same way across any browser. It is on a tab or a mobile or on a PC. This type of experience is called as what? Unified experience. I hope everyone understood. So what is unified experience? Unified experience means an application should have same experience across any device. Building an application like that is not easy. This may look easy in understanding, but building like this is not easy. Now sometimes people think that, sir, in HTML, CS, I learned responsive design. That is not enough. That is only design. We need functionality. Understood? Huh? You learnt only design. That is not functionality. We need functionality also. Design is not enough. We need functionality. That means many people come and say that, sir, in HTML, I learned responsive design. In CSS, I learned responsive design. On mobile also it fits. Only appearance is not the concept. Functionality is also the concept. Understood? That means we need a unified experience and it is a big challenge for web developers. And we are going to build this. Understood? We are going to learn how to build an application with unified experience. The first challenge is unified experience. Another important challenge is fluid user experience. We have unified experience and we have fluid user experience. What is fluid user experience? Just now I showed you. Observe. Suppose I am using Google. In Google, I am searching for HTML and you see some topics came. I scroll down, you will see that several pages came. Am I right? Result, millions of results and they came in pages. Now imagine the same screen I am using on a mobile. And in mobile, you show page numbers like this at the bottom of page. How user will touch them? Understood? That means you have seen in several websites even today, when you are watching on mobile, you zoom and touch a button. Have you done? That's not good. How you will say that please zoom and touch the button? That's not good interface, na? That is the problem with user interface. A fluid experience means user will stay on only one page. And remember, there will be no pages. Everything comes onto one page. You just scroll up and down. These days you see Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all these just scrolling up and down. Right? You are just scrolling up and down. This type of experience is called fluid. Remember, designing such fluid experience also not easy. Do you know when user scrolls, the new information should load without disturbing existing? Na? For that, what technique is used? To load new information without disturbing existing information, what technique is used? We use a concept called AJAX. You heard? AJAX. Asynchronous JavaScript and XML. You will see here. We need lot of AJAX to design what kind of applications? Fluid experience. That means observe carefully. The same in images, they have a fluid experience. You go to image search, they have a fluid experience. Na? That means everything comes onto one page. Just scroll up and down. Am I right? And designing these also not easy. That means in the modern web development, what are the major challenges? Unified experience and then fluid experience. These are two major challenges. Now, another important, I hope everyone understood. Unified experience means an application must have same experience across all devices. The same features, same functionality should be there, right? And what is fluid experience? There will be no pages. User will stay on only one page and everything comes onto that page. User will just scroll up and down. Am I right? This type of experience is fluid experience. Another important is loosely coupled and extensible. Loosely coupled and extensible. That means without disturbing the application, you should able to add new features into application. That is another challenge. For example, you are using WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, different apps. Do you know they will release some new features every few days now? And when they release new features, how the new features are added into your app? Will you reinstall the app? No, you will just leave it. It will add the new updates now. It is a very challenging one for developers. It's not easy because one app is already running. You are building a feature outside the app. Am I right? You are building a feature outside the app and you are plugging this new feature to that existing app. Do you know? If I plug in such new features to an existing app, it may lead to catastrophic failures. It may lead to sudden failures also. Am I right? That means you see many times when you installed a new app, updated a new app on your Windows or anywhere, and from next day onwards, your PC starts not working properly. Have you experienced now? Then when you go to an hardware engineer, then he will ask you like, recently have you installed any new? Recently have you updated any app? He will ask, and if you done that, he will restore. That means adding new feature to an existing application without disturbing the application is not easy. It's a big challenge. That means user will not uninstall the app. User will be using the app. User will leave the app for few minutes idle and we will just push the new feature and it starts using it. Understood? This is a big challenge in development. For any technology people, developing apps like this is a big challenge. And this is called loosely coupled and extensible. Loosely coupled and extensible means what? Loosely coupled and extensible means we must able to add new features into the application without disturbing the application. And it should not lead to catastrophic failures. Understood? Catastrophic failures are the sudden failures that come into an application by adding new features to it. When you add new features into it, suddenly it fails. It stops working because you built that new feature outside. You build the new feature outside and you are pushing the new feature into existing app. They will not fit correctly sometimes. This is the major challenge. These are the major challenges in modern web development. Understood, everyone? Right. Now, how to overcome these challenges? That means now the question, what is solution? So solution is better build single page applications and progressive web applications. This is the modern generation. That means the current generation is not working on traditional web applications. They are working on single page applications and progressive web applications. Current generation is about these two only. Traditional web applications are not there anymore. We are leaving those traditional web applications and we are into what kind of applications? Single page. Single page applications and progressive. What is single page progressive? I will explain. But remember, single page applications will have all these features. Understood? That means what is the nature of single page application? They are unified experience, they are fluid experience, and they are loosely coupled and extensible. And it is not a new concept. It is already there. Just now it is trending. Understood? It's not a new concept. It is already there. So from several years, only the point we kept it aside. We were not adapting. But now it became primary. Earlier we have this, but we were not much concentrating on this. But now this became primary. For example, I will tell you, the world's first single page application is Twitter. You know Twitter? It have all these abilities. Twitter is born before React Angular were born. You know, before Angular React was there was Twitter. Twitter is a single page application. The world's first single page application is Twitter. Right? Even today, it has the same features. That means before Angular React were there, we were using single page application. Only the point now it is trending. Understood? That means now this application is trending. What kind of application? Single page. We have progressive web applications also. Later I will explain about them. The future generation is progressive. Now current generation is asking for this. Yes, last. Yeah, you people have any problem? Yes, last. What's your problem? Huh? Any issue are there? Let me know, because we will kick you out and we will bring the interested people into class. You are waste of space here. Understood? So many people are waiting outside for this class. We will kick you out and we will bring them in. Don't disturb the class. Okay, if you're not interested, just get out. Is it okay for everyone? So here for serious learning only, right? Anything misused means we kick them out, because we will make space for interested people. So others we just kick out. You sit here, you need to be serious. Okay? Clear? Huh? Right. Yeah. So I hope everyone understood these 2 points. What is single page application and what is progressive? Progressive later I will tell you, but this is the future. Do you know progressive application means an app like experience inside browser? For example, I will show you. You are using Visual Studio Code na? Do you know? So Visual Studio Code online is there, you know? Online Visual Studio Code is there. You can see this is Visual Studio Code online. This is Visual Studio Code online. That means you don't need to install Visual Studio Code. You just feel like you are using an app inside browser. Understood? This is like an app like experience inside browser. These are called progressive web applications. Now we are in this generation actually. This is future. But majority currently still we are working on what kind of applications? Single page application. We have single page applications, and more better than single page application is progressive. So we are going to learn how to build these type of application. And for that, we are using the technologies like what? React, Angular, Vue. These are very popular technologies for building what kind of applications? Single page applications and progressive web application. So what you are going to learn is how to build single page applications using React. Understood? So we will see two types of apps, single page as well as progressive web applications. And for that, we need to understand what are features of React, how React is different from other technologies. Can we build single page application using JavaScript? Yes, we can build by using JavaScript, but we are not using JavaScript anymore. We are going with the technologies like React and Angular. So we are going to learn now what are the features of React. Understood? That we will see in next session. I hope you are clear with this. Today, I just given you an overview of the concept. Okay. And I will share one WhatsApp community with you. You join that WhatsApp community. There we will post the Google Drive link for notes, and we will post the notes related to JavaScript also. Okay, na? Right. You can go through them. And tomorrow we will start understanding about features. What are the features and drawbacks? Then we can start practically working on it. Right? We cannot directly jump into practical without knowing the basic. So tomorrow we are going to learn what are the features of React, how React works, what are the basic features of React. Then we can start practically working everything step by step. Okay. Right. So I will give you, so because we'll do one thing, offline people. So we will share a QR code with you. We will share a QR code with you. Tomorrow we will share a QR code, right? In that QR code, you join that community. Through that QR code, you join the community. All the notes will be uploaded there. Okay. And we will create one Google Drive link for the notes. I will share both of them in tomorrow's session. Okay. Then from tomorrow, we will start practically working on this concept also. Right. Right. And from tomorrow, your offline people campus will be changed. I will tell you. So please wait 1 minute. Our admin will inform you about